some products that I would like not to get to the office. That was human-like robots.
Like, what is the purpose? Because that screams sex doll to me.
She just looks at you.
Would you buy that? Hello and welcome back to the Cybernews Weekly podcast. Last week, we at Cybernews attended CES, one of the biggest electronic shows in the world. And when I say we, I mean they attended CES. Isn't that right, guys?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So we are here today to talk about all things CES, what gadgets you enjoyed, what gadgets you didn't enjoy, and how the whole experience was. So I am Neve Ansel, the host today. I'm joined by Mantis,
Hi.
German,
Hi.
and Constancia.
Hi.
Okay, so German. I've got a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
I'd like you to paint a picture of CES, how it was set up, the environment, maybe sounds, smells, people, to get our viewers really into the idea of CES.
So if you can imagine, it's like just a huge convention of thousands of people, huge influencers. Justine was the host.
I saw that!
The host of the event. We saw Linus Tech Tips. We actually took a photo with Linus, and it was just amazing to see a lot of people in one spot. Everyone passionate about tech, and it's just this huge convention center and a few hotels, right? So, because like a few products had their own private showcases in the hotels, like the Venetian and so on.
Cool.
So yeah, that's the picture. It's just a huge convention center, Las Vegas Convention Center, and a few hotels. Yeah, and
you didn't party?
We did not.
Did you not have time? Because I wrote an article about some of the people that weren't attending CES who were like too cool for school, and this one company, Jackrabbit, who create like electronic e-bikes, they said that they weren't going to CES because it like screamed of marketing desperation. Casinos filled with smoke, like cigarette smoke, and lots of people just desperate to like get on your case about their products. Did you guys, Mantis, did you feel like that? Or?
I mean, there is some true in that, for sure.
Really?
Casinos full of smoke, yes.
So it was in a casino? Or am I wrong about that?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not in a casino. It's just like a convention center.
Is it connected to a casino or?
I mean, in Vegas, casinos are everywhere. All roads leads to casinos. So basically,
dangerous.
There is no way that you're gonna avoid that. But it was really. There was some representatives from the companies that were in your face. I mean, you're just standing, taking a breath. And they just come up to you, Cybernews, what is it about? Look, I have a product for you.
Right, okay.
And there was some pushing in from that direction. We on social media we get some messages inviting us during the CES. And products and the creators of the products, they're really trying to push the product.
Yeah. Okay, well, do you feel like people were competing for your attention?
Yes and no. I mean, usually when we go to the product to shoot, they're all very excited, especially if it's like a small startup or even smaller product. They're really enjoying that we come to them to film.
Yeah.
Like if we see something on the internet and we just want to go to see if it's, for example, the keyboard, the guy from China, I think it was.
Was that the keyboard that kind
where
of switched?
Retracts, yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. And it's a startup. He's looking for investors. And he was really, really excited when we came by to film his product. And he gave us all the time we needed.
Oh, okay.
He was really into that. He explained. We all, Josh, German, me, we all had a chance to try. So there was a lot of time to shoot the videos, to get to know the products. In some cases, it was a bit harder. For example, LG, since it's a really huge brand, they don't really put that much effort to impress you.
And they're going to prioritize the bigger players, maybe, or did it not feel like that?
I mean, they still give you time. They explain the specifics of the product, but it's not. They're
exclusive.
Not, yeah, it's
it didn't
not
feel
exclusive.
like an exclusive.
Yeah.
And Constancia, so I would like to just clarify, you were behind the camera.
Yes.
You were the producer of our whole operation. You were the brains behind the CES operation, right, German?
He's laughing at me.
Yes, he was.
You were the brains behind it. And Constancia was our lovely journalist that was representing the Cybernews newsroom. So we've released a newsletter about CES alongside a load of amazing videos. And I read a bit about your experience. And you kind of said it was bittersweet. Maybe you could expand on that a little.
Well, it wasn't like bittersweet per se. It's just having in mind how huge it is and how advertised it was. And also having in mind was my first, let's say, live coverage where I actually went and interviewed people. So maybe I had a little bit of different expectations. And to kind of backtrack to your previous question, about like huge brands not being there, I think one of the main things is that they don't kind of want to be, not like associated, but they want their whole attention to be on them. And once you're there, there's like so much going on all the time. And so my first impression, because as a media, we went there a bit earlier, so we had media days. And during those media days, there's like CES Unveiled, where you get to see like the first products and everything. And at first, you get that hype, there's like a lot going on and you're like trying to find the next best thing. What's the most interesting? And after a while, you get tired. So you're like, just like looking through like what's going to catch your attention. And after a while, and I even wrote before that, like I felt like I'm in a university, back at university, where you have projects that are like some passionate projects that are done. They're like amazing products that you might want to buy. And then you have people, who probably their product's not going to see the light of the day because they're like still, I do understand that it's still an event where they're looking for manufacturers, investors and such. But the thing is that like it kind of makes you become more critical of what you're actually seeing there. So, yeah.
That's really interesting because, I mean, I was covering it at home and I felt that there were a lot of products that were a bit like gimmicky, let's say. Did you feel like there were any products that were just pure gimmicks, that weren't passion projects, that people hadn't put their heart and soul into?
I think that they do like put their heart and soul. Again, a lot of importance comes to this, the money thing. And there were products that, they're kind of finished and you can buy them, but then you think, what's the point? For example, an AI toy. And at first I was like, oh, maybe it's for children, to like for them to learn to talk or whatever. And then the representative said, no, it's like you can bring it to the office. It can be your personal friend, and like that was like so weird for me,
Yeah.
Or we were actually talking about this product, the AI robot lamp sort of a thing.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was like a stool, but a lamp. And it's like when we started talking to the representative, like what's gonna do, because like you can see that it's like moving and you can like talk to it. But the thing was that like it's a work in progress. So I'm not sure if when or, if it's ever going to be, fulfilled into this actually really useful product, because there's like a lot of, devices that we have. And, at the end of the day, you're thinking, okay, how it's going to benefit me. So, yeah.
Too many products. How many products did you like see, or how many did you visit? Because I understand you had to cherry pick what you wanted to see. You couldn't see everything because there's as you said, there's thousands upon thousands of products.
Well, we did the math for our YouTube team, me and Germanas. It was 48 products that we shot during 5 days.
During 5 days. So
Yeah.
how many is that a day? I'm not very good at math.
9.8, I guess.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was intense.
And what were your favorites?
There are a lot of gimmicks.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of gimmicky stuff, and that's what I enjoy. I love,
A useless
useless product. I want to buy it. I want to use it. I want to brag about it. Look how cool looking and useless it looks.
Useless but useful.
Useless but useful, and that's like the whole attention of every media that I noticed was it was on this gimmicky, cool looking stuff, and that was what we were after. But I have to give props to to tech that are actually useful, and actually innovative. And one of those one of such techs are a battery from a company called Flint.
Okay.
We actually haven't shot a video with them, but I want to give a huge shout out. So they actually made like lithium-ion batteries made out of paper.
Oh, wow.
So that's like changing the game of how you make batteries, because you can literally just cut that battery and and not have it explode.
Probably make it more sustainable as well, right?
It's like, it's made of cellulose paper, so apparently cellulose
It's conductive or something?
yeah. So it works, and there are like innovative products, but a lot of those products are like just gimmicks. And yeah, as I said, I don't mind gimmicks. I actually like gimmicky stuff. So
I think also that's what people love to buy. Like, they don't necessarily, like, not everybody wants to buy something that's useful. You want to buy something that gives you that little bit of dopamine and makes you happy for that like 5 minutes that you're holding it, and then you're like, oh, okay. Like, for example, I bought a Nintendo Switch. Not saying that it's a gimmick, but do I ever use it? Very rarely. But
Well,
what was your
we
product?
were the first ones to get our hands on Atari,
Yes.
the new platform, and for me, it looks nice. It looks fun, but the games are mostly the old ones. So they said it's gonna have some updates and firmware updates, but I mean the body is new. It's slick. It's nice. But
Yeah.
the games are old. So
Yeah, it's a bit confusing, I guess.
yeah, it's hard to see if I mean it's nice to have since it's Atari, but basically it's fun for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Nobody would care if it wouldn't be Atari. So
Yeah.
that was just that. It was
Yeah.
just a new console from Atari, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, CES Atari!"
And I remember Josh in the video of you showing Atari, he said, "Is this an emulator or
Yeah.
is this an innovative product?" And I think the guy, don't quote me on this, but he said something like, it's a combination of the two. Like, it essentially looks like a Nintendo Switch just with a keypad, I've forgotten what the buttons are called, a little cursor ball and a
Rolling
pedal,
ball
I
or
think.
something.
Pedal where you just kind of, which is cool. It's used for certain old school like 8-bit games, but
But again, it's even if it's a gimmick. I mean, it's fun for 10 minutes, but it costs like $150. So
yeah,
that's the thing that I want to buy this. I can afford to buy this, but it's gonna be fun for 5 or 10 minutes.
yeah, and you maybe pull it out like sometimes.
When your friends comes by and look, I have Atari.
Can you like attach it to your TV?
It has a HDMI port.
It has an HDMI
Yeah.
port, yeah.
Okay, but you can just play it on a big screen, like you can't play with friends, I assume.
Yeah, you can. There's actually 2 Type-C ports, and you can connect like controllers to it. But
But still, you're on big TV. You're playing 8-bit games.
Yeah, so
I mean,
am I right?
it's just nobody would care if it wouldn't be Atari. It's like
Yeah, it's true. Constancia, what were your favorite products or least favorite? Give us a variety.
Well, I was nicely surprised because before going to see the hypershell exoskeleton, I knew what that is. And I was a bit skeptical because I was like, who needs that?
This is the thing for hiking, right?
Yeah, it's let's say like a device that helps you during your hikes. If you're going for longer hikes and you get tired, it basically just helps you out.
So it
It's
propels you forward.
yeah. And so I tested out, and I really enjoyed it. And if someone asks me if I'm ready to buy it, not yet.
Well, no, it's $800.
Yeah, I know.
So-
It's like I'm not that tired, so. Yeah.
No, I'd rather just like grin and bear it because you're an avid hiker. So I was interested that like maybe you were initially skeptical about the
I
device,
thought,
right?
again, it's one of those things that like maybe it's nice to have, but you don't have to have it. So it's like,
So it's an exoskeleton for hiking.
It's basically like this device that you put it on your lower back and on your knees. Yeah, and so it like gives you a little push because it's like an electrical device. So it helps you, to go forward when you're. And I even asked them like, can it be like used as a medical device? Because like if people have injuries or whatever, they say that sometimes like people use it for that, but you cannot actually. I don't know, quote it as a medical.
It's not a medical
it's
piece
not.
of technology yet, anyway.
Yeah,
Like, there's maybe promise and potential there, but it's not for that purpose.
I would see it, but then again, it's like it would be way in the future because again, it's like a lot of patents and.
If you had $800, would you buy it?
I mean, I don't know. I'm still thinking that. Hiking and stuff like that, it's still for your, there's a purpose why you do this.
Yeah.
Is it either to like building your stamina or is it for you to just like enjoy it and go further and seeing more? So for me, it's more about the first thing that, just building your strengths and seeing how long can you go for, for
I guess
yourself.
if you're going on an expedition in the wild for like God knows how long, then it might be useful, but.
Well, or even on the older age. When you're older, it just if you really want to reach that peak, I mean, it can help you.
Yeah, for sure.
When your knees can't handle anymore.
Cyborg grandpa.
I
mean,
I want to ask you a question, Mantis. What was your favorite part to film?
There was few of those. Probably all the exclusives that we got on media days.
Okay.
We went to shoot Aptera, the electric car. And we had probably an hour or so just to shoot around it, inside it. Then Josh went for a test drive.
Pretty fun, right?
And we had, on media days, we had Lenovo, which was real nice because we got a lot of attention from representatives. They took really good care of us. They tried to help us as much as we can. We even got a booth which has studio lights, so we can shoot it like really nicely.
Nice.
Honda.
Honda was really cool.
Yes, a saloon and SUV. I think that's how they called.
Yeah.
It was really nice because it was on the stage. It was on a stage. There were some lights behind, some screens. And I know, working with companies from Japan or Korea, it's really nice because the culture from their side, you can see how cultured they are. They're really helpful. They're really nice to, if you need something, they're going to give as much as they can.
Yeah.
So that was really nice. The doors, they're opening by the remote. And I was
with the Honda?
Yeah, the Honda. And I was ready to film, and I asked the guy to open the door. So he came behind me, and he was waiting for me to let him know when I need. He was waiting for my say. So it's really nice to work with them. They're real polite. So so Honda, Aptera.
And I noticed with the Unitree as well, the robotics guys.
Unitree, that's the same robot I told you about like half a year ago.
Oh, right.
From...
Well, the quadruped
robot,
the dog robot.
Yeah, dog robot. I really wanted to see them, and when I saw their booth, I was really excited. And then we went by, started filming, and there was a guy, I have his name written, Tane Hunt. He wasn't representative of the company. He was just a guy who was just standing there, and he's just really into robotics, and he gave us interview explaining us about how robots works.
Oh,
and
okay.
But like I said, he wasn't like part of Unitree. He was just a guy who was into that.
So that's cool. Like, did you meet a lot of people that were like, I don't know, just into tech and were just happy to talk to you?
A lot of representatives. They're really happy, and you can see the excitement, especially in Unveiled event in the first day. You can see those people who are just startups. They're really excited about what they created.
Yeah.
Maybe project or device isn't always the best, but there you can see the excitement. And
They're passionate about
the
what they're
passionate,
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people build these products for like 3 years, you know, and that's their shot to be shown, to be, you know, filmed, to be talked to. So they use that opportunity to the max. You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes for us, it might be like, you know, shout out to each and every person we've talked to for, you know, the time that we've been there. But, you know, they could just like talk for hours about like the tech they've made, the, you know, the time they spent on creating a tech. And it was... Yeah, and you can see the passion, you know, the passion from the creators themselves.
Yeah, and the really sad part of the whole CES is that there is a lot of Wi-Fi. There is a lot of Bluetooth signals all around, and the interface. We had the issues with microphones ourselves, and sometimes you go to the project which requires a Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So the guys spent like 3-4 years. They paid some money to get a boot,
Yeah.
and the product
product-
doesn't work.
Oh, that's so upsetting.
We had few cases like these, and you try, we like repeat like 2-3 times to get the shot of it working, because you can feel the passion from them, and it's really nice. But the product just at that moment, it just doesn't work.
Do you think that's like mainly because of the interference, like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi interference, or is that because the product isn't there yet? Or is it a
It's
combination
mainly
of the
because
two?
of Bluetooth, honestly,
Yeah.
because it's just like so if we take like cellular data, even like let's take like internet connection and just like using your mobile data. So because of like so many people in one spot, the towers, you know, that, you know, the cellular,
Yeah.
I don't know how they call it, GSMs.
Yeah. Got you.
So they just cannot. There's just too many people in one spot.
Yeah, so it interferes with each other.
There's like there's interference with each other, and like there are products that we absolutely love that just, you know, that are, you know, lagging, or, you know, they are not working because of literally just that.
And were there any were there any products that you prioritized because you were arranging what to go and see?
It's just gimmicky and interesting stuff to look at.
Well, like the Fuse Audio vinyl was pretty goddamn cool, I must
the
say.
vinyl, we didn't take a video of that, but I personally like that product myself very
same.
much.
I'm a big vinyl girl. So.
Because you know, it's just again a cool gimmick that you have at your house, and you know, if people would come to my house and see a vertically placed vinyl, it's just a cool looking thing.
Yeah.
But of course, we also focused on things that are, you know, innovative and that we can show on camera, and it's not just a booth with 2 people standing there and, you know, telling me if, you know, maybe we will release it someday, or, you know, we wanted physical stuff that already are there that we can film, and that was the priority. It's just like finding those products, and you know.
Yeah, that's cool. And I wanted to ask Constantia about this Ukrainian company who did was it the robot knee?
So it's basically like a bionic prosthetic knee, but it's powered by AI. That's why,
of course.
yeah, of course. That's why I was kind of interested in, like, you know, finding more about it. So basically, it's, you know, it just works better. It's able to, you know, let's say mimic the real movements of your legs. So, I mean, it's still work in progress, but I think it's one of those products that, you know, I think they will be done with it, and like it's for a really good cause, because, like, you know, because of the war in the Ukraine. So that's why they started this, because the company, I think it's pretty brand new. It's not even like a year long that they're working on this. It's yeah. So I was thinking that, like, yeah, this is one of those examples where I think that, like, they should really get the investors and everyone to just, like, help them out.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, like, we've spoken a lot about Gimmicks, right? Were there any products like the bionic knee that you thought they should really go far because they're doing something that actually helps humanity, rather than just, you know, kind of being a gimmick or being something that consumers will want to buy and have for a couple of minutes?
The battery that I mentioned?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that, and you also guys filmed that product, it was the needless injection device.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was kind of a cool, it reminded me of Elizabeth Holmes and the whole Theranos thing. So it was, like, interesting to see that, like, I mean, it's not the same thing, but, like, still it's... What
was it?
it's a pen, and it basically gives you needless injections, and
Yeah.
you can basically do tattoos. You can do
That's
vaccines.
so cool.
You can do
Various injections.
injections pain free.
How does it
Yeah.
work? we
Josh explained that in the video.
So tune in.
But if I remember it correctly, it basically heats up
A liquid.
a liquid
Yeah,
bubble, and then
yeah.
it's like kind of, using a laser, it heats up that bubble, and then it kind of, the body absorbs the.
Yeah, it goes through your
It
skin.
just shoots really fast
Yeah.
inside.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
And
that's incredible.
Yeah.
I also have to ask you guys about the spoon that shocks you.
well,
What was that all about?
well, it doesn't shock you.
It doesn't.
No, you don't feel
Fake
the shock.
news.
Yeah. It was really, really popular on the social media because, well, it's a spoon that shocks you.
But it doesn't.
It doesn't. Basically, the spoon that helps you eat less
Salt.
yeah, by faking you believing that food is saltier than you think that it really is.
Why?
So if you eat less salt,
You're healthier,
You're healthier,
kind of.
Yeah, but food is less tasty.
So this is where were the creators from? Was this like an American company, Japanese company, Korean company?
No, since they gave, I think it was a miso soup to try. So I believe it's from
Asia.
Yeah,
Asian.
and
So it's
well,
like these Americans.
Yeah, but I mean, we waited for like 15, 20 minutes in the line to get. That's probably the longest we waited for in the line. And Josh's expression in the video itself, it says everything about that spoon.
I mean, maybe a little bit. I'm not wowed. This is like the most anticlimactic video I've ever made. I just stood here for 15 minutes to eat soup from a spoon.
I mean, he was laughing that we spent 15 minutes waiting for it.
And did he say it tasted like salt?
A bit. But I mean,
So
he
bizarre.
has a salty tattoo.
Yeah, I saw.
So I mean, he's really big into the salt.
Really big into salt. Did you manage, German, to finesse any products for Cybernews, or is that still in progress?
We had a few companies that promised to send us stuff, and we'll see if we can get them on a video.
I'm excited to.
So yeah, a
See.
few in line, and it's, yeah.
Yeah, we tried. We have some promises. It's still work in progress. I hope we're gonna get some of
Yeah.
those.
I mean,
I don't think it's the right, way to talk about it on the podcast.
No, I'm just,
Yes,
I'm
maybe
just
we get
pulling your
product.
legs. I'm just pulling your
Some
legs.
things, yeah.
But
Well,
honestly, yeah,
Yeah, no.
whatever.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. There were some products that I would like not to get to the office.
Oh, go on.
That was human-like robots,
The Aria?
robotics.
Is
robots,
that
yeah.
the Aria bot or whatever her name is?
Yeah. The
Tired
blonde
woman,
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like a tired woman.
I mean, you think it looks creepy on camera. In person, for me, it looks even more.
What does she do?
She just looks at you. She has cameras in the eyes and she tracks your face. But I mean, that's the one product that I'm not really excited. I'm totally not excited about.
Don't want that coming. Like, what is the purpose? Because that screams sex doll to me. But
Well, as much as the representative stall, it's for if you're feeling lonely, you can talk with them. They respond. They have characters. One is more sarcastic. One is more like common friendly.
like a robot girlfriend.
More or less, probably, yeah.
Okay.
But the main selling point is that if you're feeling lonely, you can talk. You have something to talk, someone to enjoy the company with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would
But-
you buy that?
Well, no.
Well, no.
no.
Right. Okay. I want to ask you all, to wrap it up, that CES is regarded as the biggest electronics show in the world, right? Do you think it's worth the hype? Did you enjoy your time? Like, overall, would you go again?
It's a it's not meant for having fun.
Yeah. Well, I guess
there
it
are
is.
people
no?
that are investing money into products, right? There are people that are coming them like us, like media, to cover the innovations, but most of the things are not not released, either not are prototypes or just concepts. So it's not about the fun, but it's all about the if you are a big tech enthusiast and you actually care about where our future is heading. It is for that demographic of people where you're just you're looking to learn, to experience, and to I don't know, perhaps make an impact yourself if you get inspired. But honestly it's a big inspiration source. But that's for me personally. It's not a E3 or where you go there and you have fun, but there are a lot of things that also made for just the general public to go and try out, and in that sense yes it is fun. But
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you're a tech enthusiast, is it worth going to CES?
I think it's hard to say because I'm just guessing, but around like 95% of attendees were either media or investors.
Okay.
So I think that the people who do go there just enjoy, I think it's really small percentage. So I'm not sure about like casual attendee.
Okay.
For media, I mean, it's interesting. It's experience. It was first time for me, for all of us. And personally, for me, it was experience to going for 5 days, exploring the products, the companies, talking with them. It was something. The shifts were long, but after 5 days, you are feeling great and happy of what you did.
Oh, nice. Okay. Are there any products that you would want to go and see again, or any products that you didn't see this time around that you would go and see next time?
I think any new product that comes up, because there were a lot of prototypes that you can't try or use, or even some products that we were not allowed to sit in. I mean the cars, because they're still prototypes. So it would be really nice to go next year when they actually have some working prototype that you can try. We had this helicopter drone type of car, which you can fly only in China, because in USA FAA they didn't pass the requirements yet. They're still working on that, but you can fly in China. So yeah, I would like to go to China to test that drone myself, to fly in.
Yeah, nice.
So maybe next year they're gonna come to CES. We already have passed the requirements from FAA to fly in the US.
Oh, okay.
That would be nice.
That would be cool. Okay.
I would love to go next year, just because to see like how it's different from this year, because like as it was said before, it depends on like who you are and why you go there, because like it's usually you can even like see in the cars of others that either it's a media or people who are actually working in the industry. And so and even like when you're listening to the conversations, because I was like waiting for someone to talk to, so I can like listen to the conversations of others of like what they're actually talking about. So yeah, usually it's like either, and they're even like the companies themselves say that like, look, we're looking for investors, we're looking for manufacturers. And so it would be really interesting to see if it changes, if there's someone with an update. Like last year they had the prototype, now they're having a product, and so they have another problem now, or they're ready, to like release it and sell it. So it's
See the evolution of the products. Okay, that's really cool. Well, did you have fun? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's
100%.
10 out of 10 would like to go again.
10 out of 10 would like to go again. Okay, any final words on CES, guys?
It was a great experience.
German?
Yay.
Constancia?
We're going again next year.
Woo! Okay, well, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. This has been us at Cybernews. Tune in next week for more.